Hey, real estate agents, welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga. He is the man with the plan. What's going on today?
A lot's going on, and I'm excited, like I always am, but this one I'm really excited because they've got some awesome tools.
They do have some awesome tools. This is going to be a great show. We've got with us in the house Susan Del Pozzo, president and founder of BringTheBuyer, and Jill Henderson, vice president of BringTheBuyer. How is it going?
Awesome. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Well, thanks for coming in.
Yes, thank you for having us.
So we're going to learn, not necessarily talking real estate today. We're going to be, this show is going to be concentrating on a resource for real estate agents.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And you're going to break it down exactly what we're doing and what BringTheBuyer is. So I'm super excited to hear about that.
Yeah.
Why don't we just start with what is BringTheBuyer?
Okay. All right. Basically, BringTheBuyer is a new concept and marketing campaign geared towards buyer's agents specifically, and title companies and lenders as well.
Okay.
And basically, we have a three-pronged mission. And the mission is to get buyer's agents the recognition that they deserve, and lenders to get the recognition they deserve, and title companies as well to get the recognition they deserve.
Right.
So the mission is also to raise a level of awareness that buyer agency actually exists. So believe it or not, a lot of the John Q public doesn't realize that there is buyer agency out there and that it exists for free. If you can imagine, I'm being a realtor for 16 years, and people still asking me,
how much does it cost?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
How much does it cost? I'm like, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe it. It's free.
Yeah.
You get to use my energy and my expertise and my education for free. And it's unique that way. I mean, you don't go to your family dentist and get some work done and then hand the bill to the family physician, right? So what other professional...
Unless my wife is a physician.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, exactly. So very unique.
One exception.
There is one exception.
Yeah.
So it's very unique in that regard that you get to use our services and someone else is paying the bill.
Yeah.
So that's what we're out to accomplish with BringTheBuyer.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, seems like people ask that a lot. Buyers, right?
They do.
They just don't understand that.
Because they don't know.
Right.
Yeah, that the seller covers
The commission.
Yes.
It's such a nice surprise for them because they really do need representation, and we're able to, give that to them free of charge and at no cost. And it's just amazing because they get the protection they need, and we get to protect and promote their best interests.
Absolutely.
And take care of them, and they deserve that.
Yeah.
But they just don't know. They still ask about the fees.
They need that.
They do need it.
Yeah. Because there's a lot that goes into a real estate transaction.
Exactly.
A lot.
There is a lot.
Contrary to popular belief.
Yeah. There's a lot of... Yeah.
I think the good realtors make it look easy.
They do, yes.
But we all know that it's really not, and it's important that the buyer's agents get their day in the sun.
Yeah.
Because we know the listing agents do.
Absolutely, they do. Yes, they do.
True.
So why did you see a need for this concept in real estate?
That's a great segue. So
Yeah.
back earlier in my career, I had sold 100 homes myself in the heyday. And I had 38 listings at one time. That's a lot of listings.
38
is a lot of
one
listings.
time?
Yeah, at one
Wow.
time. It was a lot.
That's
I had a
great.
team, too. I had a couple of buyer's agents, and I had an administrative assistant. But what I was noticing was that the more signs I had out as a listing agent, the more listings I got.
Sure.
Right.
Okay? It's infectious. So the signs are out there, and my business grew. And a lot of times... I was known as the neighborhood, so to speak, expert and the go-to girl because my signs were all over. So it made a statement. Then I thought to myself, that's awesome for the listing side. But what about all those times that I work with the buyers?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm missing out on half of my exposure. I could double my business if I had signs out letting the community know that I work with buyers too.
Yeah.
So that's really how it was born.
The only exposure you get is from the buyer themselves. Really?
Right. Referrals, word of mouth, right?
Yeah.
But now we wanted to level the playing field for the buyer's agents who work so hard. Listing agents work hard too, but let's face it, out here in Arizona, when it's 120 degrees and we're schlepping folks around in our cars, it's hot, and you're supplying them water, you're taking them to lunch, you're invested in them, you're burning your hands on your steering wheel and the black lockbox key holder, right? Because it's been sitting in the sun while you showed the home, and you come out and you're scorched. So,
making appointments and
setting everything up. I mean, so we all know that buyer's agents put in their time and their effort, and they deserve to be recognized too. So with the signage, we're able to get that exposure for them, and it really does seem to make a difference, with the public. And lenders too. The signage also promotes lenders. When's the last time you saw a financed by sign?
Never.
Right. And then title companies, escrow closed by.
Yes.
So these people need to be on the playing field as well, and they need to get the exposure for their hard work and efforts, and they need to educate the public that they're an option. So you, as John Q. Realtor, you work with buyers. Where are you? How do I find you?
Right.
How do I know you're an option? Well, if you put your signs out consistently with every closing, then, you are an option.
So I'm picturing a guy spinning a sign.
Yeah.
Is that really what it's? No.
Yeah. Well, they could do that too. I like that idea.
That would be kind of cool, right?
What are you guys doing later?
So
Jeff is available.
We got some spinners. Here we go.
I remember a Shark Tank episode. Do you guys remember that? Do you ever watch Shark Tank?
Yeah, I love it.
So there was one where it was somebody had built it was like a mannequin that could actually hold the sign, and so it just went like this.
I think I saw.
So you didn't actually have a person, right?
I love that.
What's her name?
Barbara Corcoran?
Barbara Corcoran was really interested in that one. I don't know if she ended up going in on it or not, but that's what she was thinking for like new home developments and stuff, that you don't have an actual person sitting there. It's just automatic.
And that'd be great. They won't melt like during the heat and everything here.
They may melt here in Arizona.
Sorry, got off on a little bit of a tangent, but
you got my mind spinning.
So how does it work exactly?
Okay, it's super simple, guys. This isn't brain surgery or rocket science. So basically, after a successful close of escrow, the listing agent takes their for sale sign out, right? So out comes the for sale sign, and then in goes the brought the buyer sign. It's really simple. Post up, your brought the buyer sign goes in the yard, and it's more than a sign, you guys. It's a marketing campaign, like I said, and concept. So it's layers of branding. So just like a listing agent, you put your sign up, just listed, what goes out? Your just listed cards. Postcards go out to 100 to 200 homes in the area. Well, we have Brought the Buyer postcards available for purchase on the Brought.theBuyer.com site. So you just go in there, order those, get your favorite title company to get your mailing list, send out the Brought the Buyer cards to 100 to 200 homes in the area, let them know that you represent buyers, and also that you look for buyers, which is awesome, because they want to know that whether you're buying or selling a home, you'd be a great realtor to hook up with. Very important. So on top of that, we also have the online directory. So that's free right now on BroughTheBuyer.com. You can go in, put in your profile so that you're an option to the public looking for buyer representation. And you can also throw a housewarming party and have all the neighbors come over and, see that you worked with a buyer and that it was successful, it closed, and this is the home, that you got everybody. So
like Brought the Buyer cups and stuff?
Whatever. No. Yeah, right. Brought the Buyer everything. So, it is pretty amazing. So it's really the touche to the for sale sign. That's how simple it is. So what we envision is all across the nation is having a Brought the Buyer sign for every for sale sign. Let's face it, there's two sides to every transaction.
Right.
There's not one side. There's not two sellers. There's not two buyers. So out comes the for sale sign, and in goes the Brought the Buyer sign, letting the community know that you work with great buyers like these that you just found the home for.
So I understand that concept. Really cool. So whose post are you using?
My own and their own. The realtors are ordering their own post up, and the post goes up. You hang your sign. It's a great photo op, for you to get out there and hang your sign and get your picture on Brought the Buyer. Just send in the pictures to Brought the Buyer. They'll post them on the fan page for Brought the Buyer on Facebook. And you can actually get leads that way. I had one lender that was hanging the sign because they also include the riders below the realtor's rider, and it has the lender rider and the title rider. Well, the lender was placing the sign up, and someone said, "Is that home for sale?" No, actually, this realtor brought the buyer. I have her card. She handed out the card. they pre-qualified them and ended up helping them qualify for a home. So it's
awesome.
It works, and it's, like I said, a great photo op. And maybe if your lender is such a great lender, you're working with such a great title company, they'll be out there hanging the signs too, because they're on there.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
Exposure.
Talking about
Right.
great
Who wouldn't
title
want it?
companies, right? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I just said who wouldn't want the exposure?
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's amazing branding and
Yeah.
exposure, and that's what we're out to get for all these affiliates and
That's cool.
realtors. Yeah.
That's cool. What were you going to say?
Now, I was just going to say that speaking of great title companies, Security Title is a great title company. I know you work with
Miss Susan Cunningham.
Susan Cunningham, yeah.
Quite often.
Oh,
yes.
gosh. Yeah. I love her and her
Susan
crew.
is awesome.
Linda Learman's my escrow officer that we run most of our transactions through, and I have to hats off to them. They do a great job.
Yes.
They get the deals done every time, and they go above and beyond anything you can imagine for your title and escrow needs.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So how open are buyers to having a sign up after they closed on the house?
You know what? That's a great question. People ask, how do you get the buyer to allow you to put that in the yard?
Yeah.
Well, you guys, it's really simple. I find that the best time to approach the buyers about
2 in
putting
the
the
morning?
sign is, yeah,
When you're handing them the key, right?
No.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They wake up in the morning. What in the world?
Yeah, what just happened? I have a sign in my yard. No, basically at the final walkthrough, they're getting very excited because they're very close to this
Sure.
coming to fruition. So they said they can't wait to get, the keys. I said, just hang on another day or two. And I said, I'll be there to give those to you, and just can't give them to you early. I don't want to lose my license, but hang with me. And as we're walking out, I said, we'll be happy to do that. And by the way, typically when escrow closes, the for sale sign comes out, and I usually put my brought the buyer sign in, letting the community know that I work with other great buyers like you. And do you mind if I put that in? And I usually put it in for 30 to 45 days. And a lot of them, when you do a great job, they say, Susan, you can keep it in for as long as you want.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You've
So
never had anybody say no to you, have you?
No. And nobody I know has had anybody turn them down. We have two versions of the signs. We have one that's a call to action. It says, please welcome your new neighbor.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's really cool for some young families that want the neighbors to come over, bring that pie over, and welcome him into the neighborhood. It's a call to action to get everybody together. The other one says, another happy homeowner. So it's just a testimonial that, letting the neighborhood know, yep, here's another transaction where we're able to make someone really happy and make their dream come true. So, yeah.
Wow.
That's a great
Oh, by the
I think
way,
that would be good.
we do have a permission form
Okay.
on the
Yes.
website, and it's super simple. Everything you need regarding Brought the Buyer is on the website.
Yeah.
And under the agent portion, there's actually a permission slip where you can sign off and have the client sign off on how long they'll let you leave it in the yard. So
Okay.
we have you covered.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. It's just nice to know there really is an ending, just in case they said I could leave it in forever. I might take them up on that. But, so having the form in place kind of
Yeah.
protects them of that.
Absolutely. And you probably have some success story. I mean, you're probably getting success stories now from agents that are getting referrals from this whole system.
Yeah. You know what it's doing is
Or new potential leads.
because it is
Yeah.
so brand new, you're going to have the agents that get this, okay, and they're going to
Yeah.
be on top of it. They're innovators and early adapters, so they want to jump on board. They want to be first to market with this because they're going to get the competitive edge. Because this is not just for buyer's agents, it's also a listing agent tool. So on the site, there's a piece in there for listing agents for their listing presentation.
Okay.
Because let's face it, any of you realtors out there, real estate agents, know that when you go on a listing presentation, you've got those sellers looking at you, and they have, like deer in the headlights, they think you're going to bring the buyer, right?
Yeah.
And it's a term, you're going to bring the buyer. And you can actually say that you're active with Brought the Buyer. So you're actually fishing beyond a website looking for leads. Most realtors and real estate agents stop at the website. Oh, I do lead capture on my website, so I'm looking actively for buyers for you.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
now you can prove that the signs are up and the
Yeah.
postcards are going out and that you're really active in trying to get those buyers, hopefully one for their home.
Right.
So there's a listing piece on there for your listing presentation too, and it gives you the competitive edge because no other realtors and real estate agents are using that.
Right.
So you really get a leg up. So it's nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what would you say the value for professionals in industry, real estate lenders and title companies? What's kind of the main value for them?
Getting the exposure and the recognition that they deserve. Because right now they're not out there. You drive around, you don't even know which lenders and title companies are your options.
Yeah.
You may not know which buyer agents are out there who's an option, for buyers representation. So it's just a huge value. We all know that signs are here to stay. Everywhere you go, there's signage. And actually 87% of homes are sold off the MLS. The second way they're sold?
How?
Signs.
There you go.
It's a sign. It's a sign of the time. So they're sold off sign calls.
Yeah.
So basically, this is really cool because we're putting the Brought the Buyer sign in the yard, and actually it's causing a little bit of confusion because we have a lot of education to do with the public that this exists. So it's like, honey, stop the car. Is that home for sale again?
Yeah.
So they end up calling you off the sign. Excuse me, is that home for sale again? We're interested. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's not for sale right now. I actually brought the buyer to this home. Are you looking? Yes, we are. We're actually looking in this neighborhood. What are you looking for? I can help you with that, just like I help these people.
There you go.
So it's a great
cool.
conversion, and it's just,
Absolutely.
they're not familiar with it yet. So until we educate the public, they're thinking the home might be for sale again.
Right.
And that stimulates calls and text messages and things like that, and it gets you some more business. So that's really the value, is not letting go of that exposure.
Right.
Why would you give up 50%? Most agents work with buyers and sellers. Why are you just going to get the recognition and settle for recognition on the selling side when you could get recognition on the buying side?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That song popped into my head.
Which one?
Signs
Everywhere signs. Yes,
We have that as
it's like
part
a
of
theme song. Oh, you never heard it? Oh.
On our presentation.
Well, I didn't sing it very good, so maybe that's the issue. I don't know. Yeah,
We've used that before.
Oh, you have?
used
Okay.
it.
I was
Yeah,
going to say,
yeah.
that should be something that you walk into, right?
Right,
It
right.
Okay, cool.
Thanks.
That was...
Yeah.
You're hired.
Yeah, there we go.
Spin a sign and sing.
Yeah, there. So what do you think as far as getting the word out then, the education to the public, like what do you see as the easiest way to do that, or what are you guys doing to try to do that?
Well, we're doing a podcast today.
Yes,
Nice.
that's one way.
Yes.
This is a good start.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, we've kind of been growing this organically since last October.
Oh.
And we had aligned ourselves with a lender and had an exclusive with them, but we are no longer exclusive with them.
Got it.
But that we've sold hundreds of signs, so we're getting the word out, and it's been a good ride. But we wanted to start out smaller and organically to iron out any of the wrinkles that we might have,
Makes
you know,
sense.
with the website and the processes. And we've got everything pretty much nailed down now. It's a beautiful system.
So,
you can order signs from the site, and they're no more expensive than a for sale sign. It's just similar to the for sale sign.
Right.
So it's not just because we have a specific niche that we're out there, charging more for the signs or anything.
Yeah.
So they're $34.95. The rider's $14.95, similar to another rider that a listing agent might use. There's
Yeah.
a one-time $8 setup fee because they have to do your printing for the first time.
Sure.
But after that, you just reorder. Everything's easy. Signs are delivered and everything. And there's a lot of free material on the
Right.
website too.
Okay.
So we're also going to Reback in Chicago, which is the Real Estate Buyers Agency Council this summer.
Okay.
And there are 35,000 accredited buyers representatives across the nation. I don't know if you guys have your ABRs, but accredited buyers representative is a great designation to have, the ABR. And we're going to be getting together with them and hopefully doing marketing on their website and getting the word out that now the buyers agents can stand up and have their day in the sun too, and let them know that they're important and they deserve this recognition as well.
Yeah.
So,
That is a really cool concept.
yeah.
That is a
Thank you.
great
Yeah,
concept.
thank you. We're
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, if you think about it, buyer agents really do a lot of work.
Yeah, they
Driving
do.
around. I mean, if you were to
Yes.
compare the listing agent versus the buyer's agent, I would think that the buyer agent actually puts a little bit more work.
That's my
Most of
feeling
the
on it.
time.
Most of the
That.
time,
Yes.
I think most people are in agreement of that. And
Yeah.
there, honestly, I have best friends that are at title agencies, and the common thread along the way when they ask their agents, what would you prefer to be, a buyer's agent or a listing agent?
Sure.
And a lot of times they say listing agent, and they say, why is that?
Less work.
Well, because they get a sign.
Oh,
If you can believe that.
Yes, no, that
They
makes sense.
said because they get a sign.
Well, that makes sense.
And now we've taken care of that for the buyer's agents. So
Yeah.
we're getting out there and we're giving them that opportunity.
Yeah.
They really want, the recognition
Right.
and the exposure. And it's a great way to brand and get out there, So, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, thank you.
I like
Great idea.
We're excited.
So before we go to the next segment, any additional things that you want to make sure agents do hear about this, and also best way for them to go check it out even?
Jill?
Well, I think you did a great job covering most of it. Again, the website is BringTheBuyer.com. I want to let everybody know that we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, so super easy to find. Please like us and follow us.
Awesome.
All right.
Give us a shout out.
Yeah, it's like I said, this is a real simple concept. It is the touche to the for sale sign, and we expect for every for sale sign across the U.S. that we'll have a Brought the Buyer sign going in the yard as well. And we hope everybody can join us and get the word out and start being proud of the work that they do and let people know, and it can really help grow your business. And we really do want to raise the level of awareness about buyers getting the representation that they need. That really pulls at our heartstrings. So we hope that everybody is interested in, making sure that they get that kind of, protection,
Absolutely.
So it's really important. And BroughTheBuyer.com, like I said, have the products on there. There's also educational piece on there for buyers. And they're going to be able to go on and try and understand the buying process a little bit better and how they deserve and need this protection. So it's for the buyers as well as buyers agents and lenders and title companies. So, yeah, I
can see the sign and then the postcards, right?
Yeah,
and
the housewarming party.
Even a Facebook strategy.
Oh, yeah.
An ad strategy within a mile of the property itself.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
With the whole, hey, we found the buyer in this neighborhood. We'd love to help you find a house. That whole thing.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, by the way, I failed to mention that we also have a piece that goes in a flyer box on the post. And that helps educate the public of what that is. So if they go by and they pull the flyer out, it says thinking of buying, thinking of selling, we've got you covered. And it tells how working with a Brought the Buyer realtor and agent is to their benefit. So there's that piece on there too for free. Wow. So we've done so much work for the real estate agents out there that work with buyers and sellers. And a lot of that information they can just download and use for free. Yeah. And it just helps give them the competitive edge over the ones that are too busy to pay attention,
It's a turnkey program, so.
It is turnkey.
Awesome.
It's really easy.
It has to be, right?
Yeah, it really has to be. And the online directory right now is free. So any realtor, lender, title company can go on there and put their profile on for free. Some people loaded their videos and, you can do photos, that, talk about your hobbies and areas of interest and things like that. And, so that's just a great component, is the online directory being free right now. But in the future, we are going to be charging for it. Sure. So, like $19.99 a month or something. But everybody who gets on now is going to be grandfathered in for free. So I would encourage everybody listening to go to BroughTheBuyer.com. This is a national company, with a national goal. And just get on there and become an option. Yeah. So that buyers know that, you're there for them.
Nice.
Absolutely.
You got to sign up now.
Well, if it's free, right?
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Right after the show.
Realtors love things for free. Real estate agents love free things. Yeah.
That is too true.
Yeah.
But no, great concept. We love it.
Yes. Thank you so much.
All right. Are you ready to get in the ring?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. And either of you can answer or both.
Okay.
So what's the best advice that anyone's ever given you?
You want to go? Okay. Some of the best advice I've gotten was don't act like you know the answer if you don't. So just, when clients ask you a pointed question, or even your friends and family, it's best and coolest to just tell them.
Be truthful.
Be truthful.
Yeah.
And tell them, I don't know that answer. That's a great question, but I can find out for you.
So don't fake it till you make it.
Do not. No.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, it's super important. It really is. And then the other piece that I just love is, how do you eat an elephant?
You took
big.
mine.
Yeah. How do you do it? How do you do it? How?
One bite at a time.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, one bite at a time. There's so many tasks that we have and projects that we have that seem overwhelming and daunting. And I find if you just piece it out and just figure, how am I going to handle this? Just one bite at a time, and you'll get through it. So it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about your favorite mobile app? I guess you can both answer.
Mine's Spotify.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because
podcasts,
music, all
Oprah's
that stuff?
Super Soul podcast.
We need to get on Spotify. Jeff.
Okay.
Yes, you do.
Yes. The weekly closer, that is.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
I'll listen. She's going to sign me up, so
Okay.
I'm all for that.
All right.
And my favorite would be, at this point, Facebook. I like to be connected with my friends and family,
Yeah.
and I love the Live app, and I use
yes.
it in my
Yes.
business. So
Yeah,
I think it's great.
That's we tell agents all the time. That is the number one way to get your brand out there right now. One, because it's free.
Yep.
The other is because Facebook is really pushing the live stream out there.
Yes.
Right.
So we just did one last week, Joey.
We did.
Well, I don't know when we're going to air this exactly, but the first one we did for our new show.
We did.
And it's over 1,000
Wow.
views now. So
Oh, that's
it's,
awesome.
So
Yeah, it's such a
hopefully
great
it'll
tool.
be at 5,000 once people actually hear this one. No.
Oh, good. I can't wait to see
But
it.
anyway, how about a book recommendation?
I like Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone.
Okay.
Because I like to, someone asks me out for coffee, I'll listen to what they have to say, but then they're going to hear what I have to say. And I hope to win them over and pull them over to my side.
There you go.
And then there's also a book called Deep Work by Kel Newport. And it talks about being focused in your work in such a distracting world.
Got
And
it.
I think we can all relate to that. It's really hard to remain focused with the phones going off, the laundry to be done, this and that. And you're just pulled in so many directions.
Yeah.
That deep work actually helps you, you know, get your goals met. And I think
All
that's
right.
awesome.
We've had a few people throw out a Grant
Grant
Cardone.
Cardone, yeah.
books.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a different one, though.
That is.
Yeah, different one.
Do you want to share one too? Or
Big Magic.
Big
I love
Magic.
that book. That's a good one.
Yeah, Big
she's-
Magic's good.
Yeah. Who's the author? The
I
Eat,
don't
Pray,
remember.
Love. I can't remember the name for the life of me right now.
But it's a good book.
Yes, it is. She's
Yeah,
got a
it's
great
really good.
take on fear and creativity, and it's a great read.
all right. How about a productivity tool or software that you use on a regular basis?
Jill?
My calendar.
Hey, that's huge. Huge.
That keeps
I
me
agree with
on
that
track.
one. Absolutely.
As simple as it is.
Well, I have to say, I use the CRM with Brian Buffini
Well, that's a
Okay,
good one,
yep.
too.
almost daily. And then I'm still old school. I like to write things down and then mark them off. I like to see that I'm making progress and love to just write it down in my Franklin Covey planner and, you know, see everything at a glance.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
One last question. I'll have you
Okay.
draw from
Here
the
we
mask.
go.
All right.
Careful.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
All right. What do you
Okay.
let's see what you got?
Let's see. What did you want to be growing up? Jill, what did you want to be growing up?
Professional basketball player.
Oh, there you go. She was good too. She was really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Didn't pan out how I thought it would.
Oh. Well, the
It
suns might be
happens.
looking. Or the spark. Is
Right.
that what they call Phoenix Spark?
Yeah.
No, Mercury.
No, Mercury.
Oh,
yeah.
Mercury.
It's a spark. That's Los Angeles,
Oh, is it?
I think.
It is. I think.
I don't know for sure.
I
do you
just
have
wanted
one?
to be successful. I mean,
right.
I wasn't a ballerina, wasn't going to be a doctor, but I started working at age 13.
Wow.
And sometimes I work 3 jobs at a time.
At
And I
age
found-
13?
Well, at age 16, because not that many people hire you legally. So basically, I just find that work works. It's a pretty simple concept.
Work works.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Seriously. And the harder I work, the luckier I get.
Yeah.
I've heard that one before. For
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
but it does work, and
Absolutely.
I just wanted to be successful. I've just always been a very hard worker, so I think if you work hard, good things will come.
Sure.
Success
For
follows.
sure.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
were a successful real estate agent, and you're working on this new venture, and it's going to be successful. I mean, just the concept.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're off to a great, fun start, so we're excited to see
Yes.
where it goes.
Good. Well, thank you guys for being in here.
Thank you
Thanks.
so
It's
much.
been a lot of fun.
It has been fun.
When can we
great
come back?
concept, and yeah, well, we'll have to look at the schedule for sure and
Yeah.
see what's going on there. We'll have to check out more
Yeah, we're gonna
about
check
what
it
you're
out.
doing and see how that growth.
You may have a couple new
happens
clients
and-
right now, so.
All right, yay, that's
yeah, that'd be
great.
super cool.
Don't forget
Super
to follow
cool.
us and like us on social media too.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's BroughTheBuyer.com.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, and you can find you can like us on Brought the Buyer fan page on Facebook, and we're there.
Cool.
Yeah, Instagram too.
Well, thank you so much.
All right, thanks you guys.
And
Thank you
until
for
next
having
time, everybody out there, this is Jeff Underwood.
And Joey Sampaga.
We are the Real Estate Marketing Maniacs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, we'll see you.
Adios.
All right, great.
Oh, that was awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so